Hello, all you beautiful people out there, and welcome to my channel. I am actually continuing a stream from Grr Streams. Um, for whatever reason, I can't get back into Grr Streams. I don't know if he, like, you know, went ahead and disconnected or whatever. But anyway, um, it was an interesting topic, and I wanted to continue it. This is my first open room. Um, hey, Nevermore. So, I will say I don't know how this is going to go. But anyway, everybody over at Grr Streams has the link. So we're just going to wait for a few seconds or minutes or however long it takes for them to get here. Hey, Icarus. So anyway, but yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. Um, like I said, I've never done an open room before, and I usually do one-on-ones. Icarus, is Grr Stream still going? Just wait till everybody gets here, and the people who were in Grr Streams have the link already. Midnight's here.
Oh,
How you doing,
I thought I was
Midnight?
joining. Hey, I thought I was joining Grr Stream, which is. I mean, I don't mind joining yours. I was like,
Oh, we're
you know,
continuing. We're continuing Grr Streams because Grr has to get off.
uh, uh,
So anyway, so I started a stream because Immutable was talking about something, and I was kind of interested in it. So I was like, okay, well, this sounds interesting. So why don't I go ahead and continue it on my channel? So you usually don't have a whole lot to say. So why don't you go ahead and tell us about yourself?
well, I've been in the Great Debate community for over 4 years. It's been a hell of a trip. You know what I mean? Back when I started, I was I was shy. I lacked confidence in myself. I was an idiot in this, in this, in the sense that in the sense that I I don't want to call them enemies, but but I gave people the wrong impression of me. Some of those people still have that impression. You know what I mean? It's you know what I mean. Like other people know they've gotten to know the real me, and they say, "Well, you need to build confidence in yourself. You need to build confidence, which I have been, doing."
Right.
Yeah, I used to do streams. I used to do streams a lot, but it got to the point where to where the trolls in the side chat were just like, were annoying. I'm like, yeah, yeah, you know what? I just need to, I need to just back off and like do my own thing, fix my issues, of anxiety, and it's a whole thing. You
Yeah,
know,
I mean, I get it.
hold on, what did you whatever your name is, mute. What'd you say, Lisa?
I said I get you. I usually try to ignore trolls in the chat, except Angelo. Um, but anyway, most of the others I ignore. Some of them I do put in timeout. I do have mods, and they know my rules. So anyway, what's up, Kevin?
Hey, not much. Just hanging out. How y'all doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Well,
Well,
yeah, there,
yeah, there.
yeah, there's a
So,
very bad echo on your side, Kevin.
yeah, sorry about that, Kevin. You, if you want to talk, you can unmute, of course. But please stay muted so there's not this echo for whatever reason. Go ahead, Midnight.
Okay. Well, like I said, I've just been doing my own, thing these past few years. I've had a few people try to get me, try to drive me offline for whatever the fuck reason, but I'm still here. Still doing my own thing. You know what I mean?
Kevin, I didn't mean for you to. Yeah, I'm sorry. Kevin, I didn't mean for you to get out of the stream. I just, it's a bit, um, it's a bit sidetracking to have that echo. Anyway, go on, Midnight.
It's also a bit sidetracking to be interrupted. I know it's your stream, but no, like I said, I've been in this community for over 4 years. I've gotten to know a lot of people, some good, some bad. I've learned a lot over these 4 years. I've also developed my confidence. I wanted to. There's a lot of topics I wanted to learn about. Like I tried reading. I tried doing streams. To where I read papers. To where I read. To where I read things and give my opinion on what I read. And, they were all right. The fuck. Sorry, I'm in my mom's house and I'm outside the sunroom. Hearing noise outside. It sounds like a heartbeat.
I have no idea.
Sorry, I'm getting excited.
Sorry, Kevin. I see you in the chat, but I don't see you in the backstage area. Go ahead, Midnight. Midnight.
Yeah. Sorry, sorry, I was doing something. But yeah, like I finally got to move out last year after a few years of really of putting effort into doing that. So that's nice. I've definitely been doing better since I moved out. Like there's static coming from your end. Well, that's weird. But no, like I've always been fascinated by psychology ever since I was a child.
Yeah, I mean it's awesome, right? And
Yeah.
the thing about it is when we don't use Freud anymore, but Freud was the first one to figure out, hey, there's something going on with the mind that can affect the body and blah blah blah.
Right,
So
but it's very interesting. What they what they found out over the years, right? They found out that that the mind can affect the body and the body can affect the mind. Another interesting thing is is that by changing your thoughts, you you can you can also affect your body. You know what I mean? This is what cognitive behavior therapy does. They've also found that people who were happier actually got sick less than people who were the people who were miserable or sad or depressed. That's because that's because when you're happy when you're content with yourself, that strengthens your immune system, which makes sense.
yeah, it's really that's called psychoneuroimmunology. That is
Or
a
or
fascinating
psychocybernetics, but yeah.
that is a fascinating topic, and that's something I have no clue about. I mean, I do to some degree, but I don't No. For the most part, I don't know. Uh, I know there's an interaction, of course. There's basically neurochemicals,
Yeah.
which also which will also affect hormonal production. Of course, it doesn't affect all hormonal production, but it can affect hormonal production.
You know what? Sorry to interrupt you, but you know what else I find very interesting? The power of our imagination. Right. I know people talk about imagination, it's like a kid's thing. It's like this. No, like, oh, hey, Speed. Let me try again. Basically, I'm trying to say, imagine I've read a lot of studies that that show that the imagination is very powerful when used well. Like, I'm sure, you probably learned learned about, or know about, that God damn it, I can't speak. But
Take your
basically,
time.
yeah. But basically, what I'm trying to say is that imagination is very powerful, and when used positively, can bring great change to your life. Thing is, people already use imagination. They just don't realize it. Every time you imagine a negative outcome, you're using imagination, right? But here's the interesting something I've always been interested in. Your your nervous system and the brain can't they can't tell the difference between an imagined event and an actual event. This is why when you remember something, it generates the same feelings you had when that event happened. That's fascinating to me. And also, God, and also what like how you see the world affects your reality. I think I misspoke, but you know what I mean. Like, say
Yeah.
for actually I should say language. Language creates reality, because when when you tell yourself you're a failure, noun, rather than saying you failed, verb. You know what I mean. You get into the you get into the mindset to where you won't try anything, right? You just you'll be stuck, and in order to get unstuck and actually succeed in life, you have to change your mindset. This is what cognitive behavior therapy does. You know what I mean? It gets it gets you to reframe negative thoughts into positive ones.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I'm a fucking loser and I'm not good at anything, so why even try? You know, Otangelo, I cannot see you. Come in under one of your dummy accounts.
Yeah, let's ignore
So
the
Johns
part.
Hopkins and a bunch of other researchers have, finally started looking into this, and I think they found evidence everywhere about positive attitudes and about trauma affecting your health, and I mean it's and there's good causal mechanisms for them in the brain.
Yeah, speed. That's what I've been trying to tell you for months, but you dismiss me. At least that's how I
Well,
feel.
no, I only dismiss when you come up with an article that isn't fully backed up, like that quantum bullshit or something like that. But I mean, as far as this
No, no,
positive,
hold on. You. I can't yell. I'm in my mom's house. You also dismissed meditation affecting epigenetic changes, and I showed you the
well,
paper.
okay, that's a little bit woo.
It's not. It's not that I showed you the paper. It's not
Okay.
woo when you have a fucking paper that that says that it does to
Do you
some
remember
degree.
the first author of the paper and the
No,
year?
I need to go find it again.
Okay, well,
And
I'll
right
take
now
it.
I can't because I'm not at home.
Yep. But making epigenetic changes, of course, that happens all the time in the body. That's sort of how your body works.
Yeah.
through epigenetic changes. And I wouldn't doubt that there's a little feedback there, but they'd have to show the mechanisms, and I'm not sure if they did. But I just like to kick you in the ass because you do tend to want to believe things, and you have to be very careful when you want to believe something, and then you find something that bears it out. You have to be extra careful, right? So anyway,
I don't know. I feel like you're projecting, but I'll just take the criticism.
I am projecting. I mean, I do it all the time. Lisa, what part were you interested in about what we were talking about? The RNA stuff, or?
Well, I mean, we can go back to the RNA first world, or if you guys know anything about quantum mechanics, because I don't really know anything about quantum mechanics. I'm trying to learn. I've got like the Stanford lectures.
Oh, I got a good book for you.
And all that. So I'm trying to learn about like quantum mechanics. Right now I can only digest a little bit of like higher order physics because I know about, I can do elementary physics, but higher order physics I have to digest a little bit at a time. So right now I'm on the string theory on the Stanford
string theory is
lectures.
nice.
So I just have to do it a few minutes at a time.
I'm going to put a really good book recommendation for you in private chat.
Please do. I'm waiting for it.
Probably one of the best books on for beginners in quantum mechanics I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, I actually have this. I need to buy it again.
Naturally, it's called Quantum Physics for Dummies. So, but this
do I have any mods in the room? Sorry. Do I have any mods in the room?
I don't know. I don't think I'm a mod.
Yeah, you got a few.
Okay.
I'm not.
Mark Warner.
Okay. So my mods, Mark, keep a lookout. You know my rules pretty much. Oh, you're welcome, Mark. You know the rules, and just kick anybody out who doesn't follow the rules. Same old, same old. Otangelo can stay because he follows the rules. So anyway, all right. So let me go over to the private chat. So anyway, continue.
It's only $12 too. The book is really good, and it's not a lightweight book, even though it's called Quantum Physics for Dummies. But it takes a little. It takes a little tough reading in the beginning, but it kind of starts to give you an idea about what's going on. And the thing about quantum mechanics, there's been so much pop bullshit about it, and even the physicists themselves will shoot their mouths off when they should just shut up and calculate, because it's primarily mathematics is what's going on. And I've never gotten into it. I don't have the time to get into it far enough to catch them and figure out what is really going on.
Hey, Speed, you do have the time. Just stop watching Netflix.
Oh, shit. Coughing up a hairball. Anyway, no, it's not Netflix. It's cell biology that's taking my time right now.
I'm just messing with you. You're not kicking me. I'm going to kick you.
You're the molecular biologist, correct?
I'm not. I'm not. My degrees.
He's a layman.
Electronics, digital electronics, and things like that. So I'm somebody who studies it. I'm willing to call myself a bachelor's level neuroscientist. Hang on a second. I was just outside collecting bugs. And not only that, but I'm coming very, very close to being able to call myself a cell biologist. just with the amount of textbooks I've absorbed and that I'm working on. I'm not there yet. I'm only 3 years into real heavy study on cell biology. I was about maybe 5 years on neuroscience.
Cool.
That's what it takes to be able to go and sit in a graduate level class and understand what's going on, to read the papers, to be able to, somewhat digest them. But I mean, the problem with autodidacts is that you don't get the lab work and you don't have to take the tests. So there's a lot of things you miss out on. It's really difficult to call yourself an expert, but I know what the hell I'm talking about. So,
I mean, Speed. If you really want to test yourself, just find a copy of an actual test and take that. There you go.
Why do I care? Who am I trying to impress?
Yourself?
No, I'm impressed enough. I'm impressed as I need to be. My problem is being over impressed with myself. I'm trying to be humble. I'm trying to cut. I'm going to cut.
Speed.
There's
a difference between confident, and humble. Like, you could be confident and still be humble. I don't know where this thing, where this view, that you can't be confident and humble at the same time comes from.
Yeah, I'm getting comfortable with being competent in cell biology, but I've got a ways to go. I've got a few things I've got to solve before I get there. So,
by the way, Lisa, I'm better in text. Just wanted to let you know, I can better write my ideas in text. Just look at my Twitter.
It's fine. Midnight. It's no big deal. Kevin, what's up?
Don't know.
Did Kevin go away from the mic for a while?
He might have. Kevin Chaos.
Okay. I was hoping Immutable would follow, because he seems to know what he's talking about with quantum mechanics.
Yeah, a little more. I think he's taken a course or two. There's we were talking about these RNAs, small RNAs, in A bio. And I've got a picture of one here that I can show you if you can put my screen up. Let me see here. Do the window share. I gotta make it a little bit smaller.
Lisa, don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. That way, doom wise. Anyway, that's a co-folded RNA, and I think we did a test with RNAs that were from 13 or 12 to 20 long. And then I went ahead and I applied an algorithm to them to fold them together. And this shows you how they hook up. And they all end up looking like box wrenches, which is a really nice metaphor for what they're capable of doing. Now, this is just nucleotides, right? So this is just RNA.
Okay, I have a question. Why is one half green while the other one red?
One is one molecule, and the other, there's two molecules. There's a green one and a red one. And yeah, and they're not really that color if you had a microscope. Spoiler.
Obviously.
Yeah. Anyway, so these things hook up. And now when these hook up, a guy named Yaris did extensive testing on these. And then if you have small, this thing alone, well, not this one. This is a bad one.
I didn't know. Sorry to interrupt you. I didn't know you could zoom in on in StreamYards on mobile.
Oh yeah. So this one is kind of a bad example, but some of them have you see the C on the end up on top and the G that's kind of attached. Well, that isn't a good example. A better example. Let me see if I can find you a better. Well, I'll find a better. Anyway, these things are capable of attaching to an amino acid. Just one amino acid. And then because these things fold up and they touch each other, those two amino acids, it'll do something called amino acylation, meaning it will condense together and you'll have a dipeptide, or you'll have a protein, very tiny protein with two amino acids, okay? And then those two amino acids can attach to that, and another amino acid can hook up, and now you've got three of them. Now, when you get these small, very small peptides, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 long, amino acids long, they tend to glom onto these RNA complexes, so they'll stick to them. Basically, through hydrogen bonding, they will. Some of it's polar. They'll stick to them, and they will stabilize the RNA, so the RNA is less likely to break down. But the interesting thing is, only certain for every sequence of amino acid and sequence of RNA, they will stick to each other with different affinity. Okay, so some things will stick much better than others, and because some things will stick much better than others, those things are going to be somewhat selected for in the next generation of soup. If you heated it up and cooled it down and dried it and dumped water on it and heated it up. The warm pond of Darwin. And the thing is that what we're looking for is for these things to start preferentially creating something much like themselves. That's the magic key, is to try to find this combination. And of course, when you're doing this in a computer simulation, you're doing this with just billions and billions of chances, right? Basically breaking down and starting up.
I'm not laughing at you, Tangelo. Oh, look, they're just so storytelling.
Yeah, just so storytelling, except this is actually, they've done a lot of these small tests in the lab with purified chemicals, which of course you need in order to
become very smart. Photosynthesis is irreducibly complex. I'm sorry, Speed. I'm trying.
That one actually isn't.
You know what, Tangelo? If you want to talk about just so storytelling, just look at fucking creation, quote unquote, science. That's fucking storytelling.
Yeah, that is literally storytelling. I mean, it's, my goodness, these people. But the thing is that these amino acids, you have maybe 100 different kinds of amino acids, prebiotically, and you've got I don't know how many nucleic acids, but out of those 4 nucleic acids, I think, tend to be more stable, and you have a whole lot of amino acids. You got a lot of stuff going on. And out of that comes patterns, because every amino acid is a little bit different than the next one. So because they're different, they're like different kind of Legos, and they can hook up. And at some point, they can form a self-perpetuating pattern. It's when you get a network complicated enough that the thing produces something that resembles itself over and over again, that is the match that lit life on fire, basically. And that's what happens. And it's all combinatorics. It's how complicated things combine. And we've done this with robots. We've given them like 5 simple instructions, and they will end up doing very, very complicated things with just a few instructions. And we've done it with programming languages and a whole bunch of other stuff. But I mean, this is an immensely complicated field. It's probably going to take us another 50 to 100 years to get anything good. What?
The Game of Life. I forget the guy's name.
Yeah. The Game of Life is real simple rules that end up creating complex structures. And some of them are just amazing, amazing. Some of them go nowhere. They become extinct. Nothing happens. And, and it's people with a very limited imagination that can't see how this could have happened.
I agree with you. And it's sad.
Speed, can you address Otangelo's statement? Because he doesn't fucking know what he's talking about.
Which one?
I guess all of them.
Hang on. There we go.
The problem is that unguided natural processes are too unspecific. No, they aren't. That's exactly what I'm telling you. Basically, it is specified because of energy, because of how chemical reactions work. Certain things are specified to happen more often or more likely than other things. There are differences. So it is not completely unspecific. It's not completely random. That's what we keep trying to get through your thick little head, Otangelo. You just don't get it that there's nothing random about this. This is based on the structure of carbon chemistry. And it happens all the time. So otherwise, we wouldn't have things like asphalt and vinegar. And, I mean, it's just so obvious when you look into the chemistry of the thing that you can see the pathway. But figuring out which path was taken, that's an immense task.
Now,
I mean, that's
I have a quick question for you. How many pathways are there? Like I think there's like 3, right? Genetic pathways, metabolic pathways, and what else?
Oh no, they've added more. It gets more complex all the time.
Of course.
Anyway, so
Otangelo, it is not random chance. How many fucking times do we have to tell you this?
Yeah,
it is not random chance. Go read a fucking book and educate yourself.
Right. I mean, there are certain pathways that things take just, by slamming around, things slam together because things are different. There's going to be certain probable pathways.
I mean,
and it's those probable paths we're looking for.
Even if it was random chance, who gives a fuck? We're here, right? Like, we're happy here. That we're here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, to prove God this way, Otangelo, is just lame. Stop it. I mean, you're not going to prove God with science. It just ain't going to happen. And if you could get started on that project, you got to read the science. You got to go read the textbooks, not the wiki, not your blog, not.
Well, and also he's got to fucking understand it. He doesn't even fucking understand what he's trying to say, which is it's ludicrous. It's like a 5th grader trying to do calculus. It doesn't work.
Okay. At least, God damn it, sorry, Lisa. That's an insult to 5th graders.
I'm sorry, 5th graders. So anyway, I'll be right back. Go ahead and keep talking between you guys, and I'll be right back.
Did you find the epigenetics article again? I can't. Did you send it to me in email?
Probably did, but Speed, here's the thing. I'm not at home right now. I'm using mobile. I'm in my mom's house. So I'm going to have to wait.
Babysitting the dog or something again? Or
no, my dog died. We put my dog down months ago.
Oh, that's
I'm just
right.
here to do laundry.
You didn't get another doggy?
Nope. My mom's at home. She goes to work, so who's going to watch it?
Yep. We didn't get another doggy either after Dozer. We decided dogs are difficult.
Yeah, I miss my dog. She was cute.
Yeah.
So adorable.
Yep.
So teddy bear.
Yep. Let me see if I can find that. Did you send it to my mic account or to my Speed of Sound account, do you think?
Well, okay, actually no. I think you might have actually put in the I'm hoping you put in the description in one of your videos. So just go back to your videos and try to find it.
I have so many descriptions.
I know.
Yep. Okay. Join me on StreamYard. We got a lot of those. Should have an attachment, little paper clip on it, right? Inbox paper. Okay. So this one is N-glycans. Okay. So that was N-glycans displayed on it. Oh yeah, those things. Did you know that we have a lot of sugar on the outside of our cells? So humans should be sweet, right? So grizzly bears like 2 things, meat and berries. And when they see you, you look like a big plump meat berry. That's what I figured out.
Wait. Speed. Hold on.
You follow my thinking here, right?
No, hold on. Otangelo says, he did in Jesus Christ, Shroud of Turin, first photograph on Earth.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. What?
What's wrong with this dude?
I mean, that's almost as bad as Nakasuchi thinking that the Shroud of Turin was made using alchemy and then Michelangelo did it.
Yeah, just want to believe. I want to believe
in quantum consciousness.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, can be a problem. Okay, here's a book that you linked me on. I was walking fish. Oh, join me in StreamYard. I'm inviting you. Okay, okay.
Well, see, the thing is, you can't prove God using science. That's just fucking ridiculous.
I know.
But can you prove God using? Well, no. But can you prove science using God? Sorry, it was a stupid joke.
Oh
It's
God,
Actually,
Tanslo, I did a fucking live stream on fucking Shout or Turn. Quit bringing up that fucking shit. It's a forgery. It's been proved to be a forgery. So get it out of your fucking mind that that's even any goddamn proof whatsoever. And I even used your own fucking book.
Yeah.
So don't bring it up anymore. Anyway,
Kevin
I'm
Chaos
sorry. Come on.
can I
died.
finish, please? Can I finish, please? Can I finish?
That's pretty good.
I would like to have a role play. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry,
So
but that's just too
anyway,
funny.
I'm sorry. I just needed to set him straight on that.
Yeah, and that arc thing that just blows me away. And if they actually found anything like that, and did you see that video with those photographs they had, or the really crappy video of those what is supposedly the ark? We've got 4,000-year-old wood, and it looked like some of it came from Home Depot. I'm surprised they didn't still have the stickers on some of those things, right?
Well, then everybody would know it's a forgery, so.
Yeah, it was pretty sad. It was pretty sad. The grasping at straws thing. So I had that interesting conversation with Bread of Life this morning. And
Oh yeah, I missed that. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. I don't know. She asked me a lot of
life. I assume they're a Christian.
Yeah, that Rebecca, she is. Nice lady. Very, very good conversation. She asked good questions. It was real upbeat. Talked about my damn spiritual atheism,
You mean your scientism?
I didn't talk about my scientism. I should have, but I didn't.
Okay.
Wait, is Good Mania still going?
Huh?
Is Good Mania still going?
No.
No, I think he quit.
Why didn't Immutable, which is funny considering he can never change us, join? Or Peter?
I don't know. I would like for him to join, but I mean that's up to him.
Let's see. Here we go. Okay, I'm trying to. I'll give you a link, Lisa, to the Bread of Life chat I had this morning.
Okay, cool.
Let's see, private. Yeah, put it in private chat. And the thing is, when you're talking to believers, there's this wall you run into, where they've got this idea and they just cannot shake it. And I was trying to talk to her about the difference between belief and faith. That belief is clinging to a dogma or clinging to an idea, and that faith was just basically living simply without your mind, to just fall back and live, right? And let the universe take you where it's going to go. And I call that faith. But belief is coming up with some kind of dogma about how you think things are supposed to be. And of course, Buddhists do this all the time too, where they'll come up with karma, and they'll come up with some bullshit about if you do this in one life, you're going to be reincarnated and pay for it in the next. And that is all doctrinal belief, and it has nothing to do with true faith. True faith is just letting go and living your life.
Did you notice that Side Guard, commented on the video?
Oh, he did? I didn't see that.
Yeah. He said, Mike, you are among the most gentle atheists I know.
Wow. I didn't see that.
I mean, Yeah, I mean, it's just it's pathetic. I mean, why don't you just come out and say we can't prove God, we accept him on faith and let it be the end of it. I mean, my God,
Yeah, and just
why are you
go away
being
and
so dishonest?
yeah, just go away and believe, and don't worry about what other. I mean, if that's what you want, if that's what you need, the thing is in 12-step recovery programs, they talk about this higher power. It doesn't matter what your higher power is, as long as it's something outside of yourself, and you give up your attitudes and your beliefs, and you say, "Okay, life, take me away." Then all of a sudden, you end up with this power to sober up. And it's paradoxical that by
Well,
completely giving up your ideas and your attitudes, that suddenly you have the power to become a sober person. And it's an odd bit of human psychology, is what it is. That when you're done resenting people and arguing with people and bitching about this belief and that belief and this political party and that political party, you just go off and live your life, and suddenly your life gets a lot cleaner and better, just
and
automatically.
yet you still have political opinions.
Yeah, you can have an opinion. It's just like the Buddhists talk about donning beliefs like they're a loose-fitting cloak, and you should be ready to cast them off at any moment. As soon as they start getting itchy, take the coat off. Yeah. And I'll tell you,
Yeah,
there's nothing.
I hope you'll eventually shed the belief that there is no quantum conscious.
There isn't. But anyway. Evidence
I'm
would
not
help.
even getting into that one.
At least a mechanism, for Christ's sake. Just give me a mechanism.
Microtubulars.
Yeah, microtubules. Yeah, sure.
Microtubules and fractals and all that.
Midnight.
Oh, you know you love me.
I don't know. Someday.
Screw you.
Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead.
Otangelo, the funny part about it is Otangelo's trying to do all this higher order science. Otangelo, do you know what a cell does? Do you know the components of a cell? Because you probably don't. What are the components of a cell? And how do they work? And how do they work together?
That's a good question. I'll get back to you on that.
Quickly, Otangelo, what does the Golgi apparatus do for us? I don't even know if I could answer that quickly. That ain't fair. Anyway,
You need to fix your memory.
I want to ask him I want to ask him about certain simple chemical compounds that everybody should know if they've studied any organic chemistry at all. Because if he hasn't, then he doesn't know molecular biology and he doesn't understand it. The thing is that, they talk about storytelling and evolution. And yeah,
Wow, Ox is going a bit hard in Otangelo. Only a complete mental moron would even think it's a base for debate. Holy shit, that's a bit much.
Yeah.
He's talking about the Shadow Turn. I mean, come on.
I know, but it's
shit.
like, Jesus Christ.
You get frustrated.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah, native atheist. I can get on board with that. And then he'll just quote fucking shit that he doesn't even understand.
The wiki.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. But anyway, if you knew anything about this, Otangelo, if you knew anything about biology, you wouldn't have to Google shit. You could just come up with how the cell works. It doesn't take a fucking genius.
The cell works because God. There. I explained the cell.
But, I am not letting Otangelo into an open room because he's just going to, well, first of all, he's not going to let anybody else talk. And
Right.
second of all, he's just going to gish gallop all over the place.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not letting him in an open room. Just so
Speaking
you
of
guys
people,
know.
speaking of people like that, Danny's been good for 2 days in a row, so that I think that's kind of the limit. I've let him on my stream twice. Once because people just basically banged on me until I let him in.
I mean, he wasn't nice to
And,
Lisa.
Yeah, today he was nice
Yeah.
too. But
I mean, I told him I don't mind talking to him. I'm just not going to talk about that shit with him.
yeah,
You know?
yep.
So, anyway, yeah, Chancellor, if you want us to accept creation, you have to give us a mechanism for which creation can happen, and you can't. And second
Yeah,
of all, if you go with creation, then you get into the infinite regression problem. So don't even fucking go there.
At least tell us where you think God intervened with his little fingers. You know, I'd like to know.
No. Speed. The better question is, whether God intervened with his zinc fingers.
Zinc fingers, right? That's what he used.
So we're
Come on, that
supposed to
was
be made in the image of God, right? So first of all, is God male or female? And if he's not female, then why is he saying that we were created in his image if he's not female? Second of all,
Good question.
because, I mean, we can't be created in his image if he's not female. Okay, second of all, which one of us does God look like? There's too many fucking
no.
people.
Well, see, here's the interesting thing, right? I talked to Richard Manson about this. I think the other day or yesterday, or whatever fuck, on Brucifer's channel. Too bad he hides his videos. But here's the thing. Like I believe if I remember correctly, Richard Manson, whatever. I
Madsen.
didn't remember. Manson, thank you. Richard Manson believes believes that when it's talking about that, it's talking about angels, like we're made in the image of angels rather than God. So angels are angels look differently, therefore we look differently. It was a weird conversation.
Yeah, with Richard, it's going to be. He's pretty far out there.
Ugh, yeah, tell me about it.
He believes the Bible is a prophecy of things to come, the whole thing, and none of it's happened or something. I don't know. I didn't quite get the whole deal with him. Anyway, don't know.
I mean, it's all just bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, and another thing, even if they want to believe in a God, fine, but you have to prove that it is your God that exists to the exclusion of all others, and you can't do that. All you have is but my book.
Yeah. What does he say? How was the image made? So, I get it.
Oh,
So,
he's talking about the Shadow Turn.
okay,
Angelo,
so
it was made with the very primitive negative, the photographic negatives that you get, like, when you used to go to the store to get your film developed, they would give you negatives. That's how it was created. It was it was a primitive form of that.
ooh.
Anyway, let's get off of Angelo. What else
Yeah.
is new?
Oh, I don't know. I gotta go. I gotta go think about getting some sleep.
Yeah, and I should probably leave and recharge my phone. I'm at
Yeah,
32%.
Okay,
30.
alrighty.
Oh, that's plenty. That's plenty. But
Not
I don't know
true,
what.
but
Just
StreamYards.
I wanted to mention one thing on the believers. When I was talking to Rebecca this morning, I had this kind of moment a few days ago when I started thinking about Santa Claus and believing in Santa Claus. And it suddenly occurred to me that Santa Claus is more believable than Christianity. Because
That's sad.
with Santa Claus, at least there's some mechanism, right? We've got some reindeer that can fly. We've got some magic elves that you feed cookies and milk. And, we've got an actual Santa and he's got a place where he lives. We could go check it out. I mean, there's some, there are all kinds of possibilities for testing Santa, right? I mean, that just seems like something I could more get behind than Christianity. And of course, Lisa, have you been an atheist for life too?
No,
Okay.
I began my journey out of Christianity about 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay, so if you're a lifelong atheist, you have a very different mindset about all of this, because if you never believed in this stuff,
Oh, sure, I
then
get that. I get that.
yeah, so I mean it's kind of insulting, but I mean Santa Claus is more reasonable because there's mechanism. There are some, like, people doing magic would be more believable because you could actually go on and watch them doing that, right? But you're telling me that God doesn't perform miracles anymore, except for the kind that nobody can detect, nobody can measure, and all of the great stuff happened either 6,000 years ago or 2,000 years ago, and we're not seeing anything today.
All the quote unquote miracles we can reproduce, or better yet, everything we can do, God can't do.
Yeah,
that's fucking hilarious.
I'm always kind of envious, about deconversion stories, because it's like, well, okay, they once believed, but then something brought them out of that, of that belief. I mean, for me, I've been a lifelong atheist as well. You know what I mean? It was just like, okay, well, religion never stuck with me. I don't know.
Yeah, it just it didn't appeal to me when I was young, and and I didn't have parents that really pushed it, on me, so it just never happened for me. So I kind of grew up without it.
My mom was very hyper religious. My dad was more like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do, Of course, he was in the military, so he traveled around a lot, which is probably why he was more open to stuff than my mom.
Yeah. Yep. I'm too tired to be coherent, so I think I'm going to buzz off.
But
Okay.
Okay, well, forgive me.
No, that's okay, Speed. I'd love to have you on sometime, just you and me one-on-one.
Sure. We can do that.
I see. You don't want me one-on-one.
No, we don't want you.
Midnight, you too. Just hit me up on Twitter, both of you.
Okay.
I mean, I did hit you up on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, and I am gonna end this. Since nobody else, I was hoping Immutable would come in.
Well, I just asked him why. Let me see what he said. What he answers. Okay, he hasn't responded to me yet. But whatever, it's his loss.
Well, I mean, it's his decision. I don't really fucking care. I mean, I'd love to have him on and, probe into that big brain of his, just like I'd love to probe Leo's big brain. But, and I'm hoping to have Leo on one of these days, for a one-on-one. But, I mean, I'm willing to have open rooms as long as there's like a respectful exchange and people aren't over talking to everybody all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Of course, here I have the mute button, and I can put him backstage if I need to.
That's
So,
cool.
anyway, okay, guys, thanks for coming, and I will, I don't know whether I'm going to have something out tomorrow, with, an
Okay,
edited
I'll tag
video.
you as admin.
I'm still working on it. Okay, Angelo, I'm not going to let you in because you overtalk everybody.
I mean, it's just me. But yeah, that makes sense. No, attentional. Hits you with the newspaper. No. Sorry.
So, anyway, so yeah, I am going to go. By the way, an update on my dad. He's perfectly fine. He just needed a few stitches in his chin. And they're waiting on blood work, but he should be home sometime tonight or early tomorrow morning. So anyway, have a great night, everybody. Thanks for coming. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.